This week on the New Leadership Normal, the Stupid Audit. What if a cynical stand-up comedian was allowed to observe your operation for a few days and then was tasked with coming up with a killer, biting set for your roast at the company annual meeting? I'm nervous just thinking about it. What would the comedian focus on? The stupid policies, rules, and approaches that are in place and likely taken for granted by you, and often also by the people who work with one hand tied behind their back. How about if you identify and eliminate each one of these items on the stupid list? What would happen? What could resources accomplish if these stupid processes were removed? Would you agree that a primary function of an effective leader is to pave the way, removing barriers to success for those that do the work, and knocking down the impediments to success before they become excuses for failure? Leadership presents a fascinating paradox. Those promoted to leadership positions must completely understand this paradox in order to succeed. The paradox is that due to successfully doing a job, demonstrating confidence, and being a high performer, you are promoted to serve people who are doing the work that you used to do. It's not an elevation, really. You aren't promoted to a position where you finally get to tell people what to do. Rather, you're placed in a position where you support people doing their job successfully. This is in fact where the value creation occurs because you now have a multiplier effect on the organization. There are 7 steps to the Stupid Audit. Step 1. Identify as many stupid barriers to meeting the mission as you can all by yourself. Step 2. Ask your key managers to identify as many barriers as they can without your input. Step 3. Ask frontline employees to identify as many barriers as they can without management input. Step 4. Analyze the discrepancies and differences in the list. Step 5. Identify every item you can immediately fix and fix those. Step 6. Identify the right people to work on fixing the other long-term items. Step 7. Measure the increases: productivity, innovation, customer engagement, employee engagement, financials. When looking for stupid items, focus on a few things. The customer-facing people and processes. What are they dealing with? Examples may be permission to serve a customer in a support situation. Anything that seems like bureaucracy, data collection for reports that aren't used as an example. Anything that dampens innovation, cumbersome approval processes that don't allow trial and error. Anything that elongates change implementation, non-existent communication channels, for example. Cross-boundary issues, pass-offs and processes between departments. Class issues, only directors and above receive certain information. Environment, fads for office setup that are contrary to getting work done. Some levers you can pull. Selling up. Get other executives to understand the work of your team. Negotiate cross-boundary. Set up partnerships and smooth bureaucracy with other department leaders. Give permission. You're allowed to solve that problem on the fly as needed is an example of giving someone permission. Unknown resources. You might provide a communication or implementation resource to someone who has a great idea but may be lacking in those areas. Budget. Make room as needed. Skill. Provide education as necessary. Coaching. Be involved while leaving space. And don't forget, even after removing barriers, people may assume that they're still there. It's a learning continuum. Be prepared to hold hands as necessary. Let your people soar. Knock down the barriers. Pave the way to success. Thanks for joining me. If you missed us last week, click the video to your right for Stop Protecting the Children. Will I see you next Saturday morning? Each Saturday, our special email conversation focuses on you as a leader with a message you won't see anywhere else. Click the link on the top right hand of your screen or visit jimcanterucci.com. Please join us for more next week on the New Leadership Normal.